Okay then, Pet Catchers has just updated, although it's a fairly small update. There are 3 new secret pets in Atlantis, although, because they're limited, I don't really care about them on this account. And on top of those 3 secret pets, we also have 3 brand new global secret pets, which, again, because they're limited, I don't really care about them. Although, there's a brand new bundle, and I gotta say this pet looks really sweet, although because it costs Robux, and I'm also not allowed to spend Robux on this account, it's also something that I'm not really interested in. Which then leaves us with the main part of this update, which is a King Pufferfish NPC, which is also a brand new quest NPC, and I'm not gonna lie, that probably means it is gonna be a really difficult one. If you can do this challenge, yeah, it's already gonna be like something really dumb, and it's gonna take so long. I mean, this is the first one? Oh, wait. Do I only have to do this one? Is there not, like, multiple we have to do? It looks like this might be the only one, which doesn't seem that bad. I was kind of expecting a lot worse, like, okay, maybe like 15 or 30 quests that are all pretty difficult. One big quest might not be too... It seems pretty bad though. Anyway, I think the first thing I'm going to start working on then is the bosses, specifically the hardcore versions of the bosses, just because they're a lot more interactive, can't really AFK them, and I've also already been bossing a little bit. If I actually go to my playstats, you can see I have killed a butt-ton of king slimes. Yes, I finally started working on the bossing videos, although they're probably not going to come out for a long time because I don't know how many I'm wanting to kill. I was going to go for 1,000, although at the same time I want the rainbow hoverboard that you get from beating the bosses, so it might be more. And with that, we have now finally done all of the Queen Slimes. I gotta say, this new boss team that I have is absolutely insane. I'm pretty sure for most of these kills, it took me under a minute to kill the level 25 boss, which is already pretty crazy. Although, if I got really lucky with the critical hits, it could even take me like 15-20 seconds. It's insane. Okay, and with that, we've now done with all of the Mech Kraken defeats. It took a little bit longer for us to kill one of the Mech Krakens compared to the Queen Slimes, although, as you saw in that last clip, as long as I dodge all of the laser beams, I can just tank every other hit that the Kraken throws at me, so still pretty easy. And with that, we are now done with all of the defeat bossing part of this quest, so I think next up I might as well start on fishing, I guess? Okay, and with that, we are finally done with the fishing part of this quest, and I'm not gonna lie, it was really rough. And just to give you a rough estimate on how long each of these quests actually took me, I started fishing 5 days ago, and I haven't done anything else in the game. I basically haven't even played the game in 5 days because I have just been non-stop fishing. So I actually started doing all of these quests backwards. I started with the arcade, then I went to Magma, then I went to Sunset, then Frosty, and then Mellow. Well, yeah, the arcade part took me 1 day, the Magma Basin part took me 2 days, just for this one part, okay, which is insane. Sunset, I actually wasn't sure if it was going to be that rough. It was. It took me about 1 day, 12 hours. Frosty only took me 12 hours. And then Mellow, I didn't actually keep track, but I'm pretty sure it only took me like 8 to 12 hours. So yeah, the later half of them wasn't like that bad, like Mellow, easy. But some of these, like 2 days just for one part of this quest? Why? And then also, just in case you don't know, I have got all of the fishing talents, so I feel really bad for people that don't have the fishing talents to try and do these quests, because my gosh, it's a little bit too tedious in my opinion. But anyway, now we can move on to the catching pets segment of this quest, which I gotta say, doesn't look as rough as the fishing segment that we just did, so hopefully it will take us like maybe 2, maybe 3 days? Okay, 2 days later, we're almost done with all of the catching pets segment of this quest, although you might be a little bit surprised as to what the last part I actually need to do. It isn't catching legendary pets, no. It's even tougher apparently, which, yeah, it's just capybaras. Although I only need like 14 more, so that should only take us maybe a couple more hours, hopefully. And I am finally done. I gotta say, the Poke Puffer challenge was definitely a challenge. I think in terms of difficulty, we had what? Catching pets, catching fish, and then bossing defeats. I think the catching pets was definitely the easiest part by far, although it was kind of funny that the capybaras was the most difficult part for that segment. Then I probably gotta say the bossing definitely took us a lot less time to do than the catching pets one, although defeating that many bosses in such a short time is pretty tedious and it does get pretty repetitive, especially killing the same bosses over and over. But of course, the fishing one, even though it's completely AFKable, taking like what, 5 days I think it took me, was, I gotta say, just unbearable. Why? Like, don't get me wrong, I love a good challenge, it makes me better at the game, I get more knowledge for the game, and with all of these juicy loots, I get to progress my account and make it even stronger and better, although for the average player, let's be honest, they're really not going to be like completing these challenges, especially with the time limit that's actually given. A lot of these quests generally have like a 1 or 2 week time limit, so once the time limit is over, you can still do the quest, although the biggest reward, being the pet, is generally taken away from the rewards pool. And with that being said, not every average player is going to have a laptop that they have dedicated to actually just running this game 24/7 like I do. The average player doesn't want to have the game running 24/7 on their actual like one laptop or computer or tablet, just grinding the game, and they aren't able to do anything else on the computer. It feels a little bit I don't know if I really agree with it. But hey, I'm finally done, so give me my rewards. Okay then, it looks like we are the 227th player to actually complete that insane challenge of a quest, although I've actually just realized, I said before that I was a little bit confused, like, oh, are they not doing the limited tag anymore and they're actually replacing it with exclusive? I just realized the limited tag is for limited secret pets, whereas the exclusive tag is for time limited secret pets, because like I said, for that quest, probably like after 2 weeks has gone by, this Pufferlord will be removed from the rewards pool, I'm guessing. Anyway, enough yapping, let's go ahead and max level it, make it shiny, and make it mythic as well. Although before I make it shiny, I have learnt my lesson, okay, we need to make it mythic first, although, looks like I don't have any mythic shards. No, I do. Okay, never mind, I guess you just can't make the puffer fish pets into mythic, unfortunately. Really? That probably means this isn't going to be like a super good pet that I'm probably going to be using, which is really, really unfortunate. I might as well go ahead and make it shiny low, but I'm going to guess then I'm probably not going to be using this pet. It's pretty strong, although if it's really like a time limited pet, I don't really understand why you can't make it mythic. Maybe it's an oversight because like 17,000 damage is pretty good, but I have so many super strong mythic pets, it's not even going to compare to them, so cool. I have it now. I'm not going to be using it low, that is so unfortunate. Although, even with that being said, I gotta say the Pufferlord pet looks pretty darn good, and it actually looks pretty big. It might be comparable to the king crab size. I mean, the king crab, if you don't know, is comically oversized, although I gotta say, the Pufferlord isn't like that far off. I mean, it's like, what, half the size? Although if I pull out like a normal size pet, like, I don't know, a Dominus, yeah, you know, they're just a little bit bigger. And even if the pet is a little bit underwhelming, especially because I can't make it mythic, I did get a lot of prismatic mystery eggs, which I gotta say, does count for something at the very least. So now I actually have over 200 of them.